Y'all see the title, Elenskie's eviction notice. So much so much news going on in the world, man. I know I haven't did a video in a while. I'm absorbing everything, trying to see what's a distraction, seeing what's really important, what's hidden beneath the surface kind of news. So what's hidden beneath the surface is Zelensky's eviction notice, which relates to which relates to Trump's 50-day notice according to Putin, talking about putting sanctions not on Russia but other countries buying cheaper price oil from Russia. I don't like to say cheap oil because y'all know Lindsey Graham uses that term. Any country that buys from Russia, we're going to put bone crushing sanctions on them. So I want to say oil at a cheaper price. Energy needed that not only that India needs, China needs, Europe needs. What's going on? What's going on, Fox? What's going on? So yeah. Oh man, what's going on, Fox? Man, I'm heading home. I had one of those days, man. I had one of those days where I'm at work, right? And we get paid by the load. And so the guy at the where we sign out at the dump site was like, "Go get one more load." And I was like, now mind you, there was a truck in front of me. Like, son, where you been? Man, talk sports. I've been trying to absorb this news and trying to filter out. Like, okay, so let me just be blunt with you, Brett. You already know about the Epstein and how Trump blew it off, and people are like, "Yo, and I will even get on here and admit, yo, that was not a good move for Trump." So I was just like, damn. Which I think, in my opinion, the damn lights are out. What the hell? Oh wow, lights are totally out. Okay, anywho, um, relax and talk sports, man. As you know, there's a lot been going on. The Epstein files, Trump's reaction to the Epstein files, which was not good. He's trying to blow it off, and people like, no, 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 no. We can't have pedos running around in our country like that freely. No, deal with this, Donald Trump. So dealing with that, also dealing with let's see, the Epstein case, and then also dealing with it's another thing that Trump. Oh, he gave Vladimir Putin 50-day notice. 50-day notice, like, oh, you need to do a ceasefire, or we gave you 50 days. First of all, Donald Trump, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to, Mr. Trump? Who are you talking to? Vladimir Putin doesn't have to give in to nothing. They are winning. So he's threatening other countries. Actually, he's not threatening Russia directly. He's threatening Russia indirectly. He's threatening Russia indirectly, who's dealing with Russia. And y'all know Russia is selling oil and gas at a cheaper price. And so by him dealing uh, gas at a cheaper price, the new sanctions are he's threatening countries who's dealing with Russia. That's basically what his 50-day threat is. But what Trump doesn't realize is that India, Russia, China um, are not taking these threats seriously, obviously, because of, you know, um, them being part of BRICS. They're part of BRICS. And so them being part of BRICS allows them to maneuver freely. Let's see. I'm going to get a smoothie. Uh, Green delight. Ooh, let me see. What smoothie? Smoothie bowls. Smoothies, $12. Okay. Pina colada, pina colada, island breeze, uh, island breeze. Okay, y'all, give me an island breeze. So what's happening is that the sanctions are not. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all hear me. I didn't want to talk loud in that dang thing. Let me know how's my sound. Let me see what that is. I was saying. Live chat. Mr. Hey, what's going on, Chubbs? All right, let me get a 24-ounce Island Breeze.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Is there any protein in that?
Mm-mm.
No? All
No.
right. Can I have a name for the order?
Oh, Kenny.
And do you have rewards with cards?
Mm-mm.
It's going to be 1307.
Okay.
When you're ready.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh.
We'll have that right after.
Okay, thank you. Let me see. Okay. 12 points. Oh, 770-866-2090. Check in. Thank you. Okay, y'all. Okay, so let me go outside and talk real quick because I don't want to be talking too low. Okay, so as y'all know, the uh, the the sanctions that Trump is giving a deadline on will only, I mean, it's supposed to punish the countries that's dealing with Russia and trying to discourage them, I guess, from buying cheaper oil. And as you know, from what I understand, BRICS, Trump is very upset over BRICS. Trump, uh, every time BRICS is mentioned, he has a hissy fit. He has a really fit about BRICS. Mind y'all, BRICS formed under Biden. Um, BRICS, as you know, is a conglomerate of countries who come together because America has been bullying them, saying, we're going to put sanctions on you, going to put sanctions. And so these countries got together and said, we're tired of this. We're going to form our own economy. We're going to deal directly with each other. We're not going to have no middleman. Kind of like Africa, kind of like how Ibrahim Traore is doing. The African countries, Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, they're not dealing with France. They're dealing directly with each other, and they remove their borders as far as, and they have like a coalition. All three of them are military ran, and they are have a coalition where they deal directly with each other. And I'm gonna make another video about Ibrahim Traore and how they're making moves. And another country, another African country, has joined the ranks of going against Europe. What's the name of that country? It skips my mind for now, but every day it seems like there's a new African country who's standing up against France and standing up against, I want to say NATO. NATO's supposed to be a protection against Russia in Europe, but every single NATO country seems to have their hands involved in Africa. So I guess my drink is ready. Let me see. Okay, she's looking at me, but she's not saying anything, and she must have two orders. Let me peek in the window and see, because apparently, okay, I don't think it's ready yet. Okay, y'all. So basically, uh, I'm sorry, y'all. I got into it with the guy at the damn loading site, and just part of the business, man. But the guy uh told me to get one more load, and so I drove all the way to the damn pickup site. And the guy at the pickup site, no, I said, no, that's it. So I drove all the way back. And so I put down 5 loads, and the guy had a fit talking about, oh, this is not fair. And I'm like, what do you mean it's not fair? I spent diesel going and coming back. So you owe me a load. You owe me a load. It's just that simple. So, anywho, okay. Ah, thank you. Okay, y'all, let me get my dang drinky. I think, ah, thank you so much, man. All right, you too. Ah, okay, y'all. Oh, shit. Mm. Ah, smoothies are definitely natural. No added sugar. You can definitely tell. Jeez, it's kind of tart, but it's all good, man. It's hot out here, so I'm not gonna complain. Not gonna complain. Ah, so yeah, man. I had one of those days, bro. I've never. Oh man, I never thought. And this guy, uh, anywho, how's my mic, y'all? I'm back in the truck. I'm about to head home. We'll head to the gas station to diesel up. Definitely got to replace that diesel. He damn had me waste. You need to communicate with the guy at the load site. Fuck all that shit. Let me drive all the way there and all the way back. No, that's diesel, brother. That's diesel. That costs. Mm-hmm. Costs money. Oh gosh. Okay, so back to Trump. Back to back to Donald Trump. So Donald Trump, according to Seymour Hersh, there's talks about replacing Zelensky because Zelensky is causing there to not be a peace deal. What Trump does understand, sorry, down the wrong pipe, y'all. What Trump does understand is that Ukraine can't win the war. They cannot. There's no possible way. Trump has been briefed. They looked at every situation, every situation possible. And as you guys know, you may or may not know that Russia is gaining ground even faster. Um, they're gaining more ground. They're making more ground, more ground, more ground. They're moving even faster. They're not no longer moving at a snail's pace. Moscow has told Vladimir Putin, we have lost too many people, and hell, it'd been better off if we just took damn Kiev. But there's still there's still an opportunity for the Kiev government to take what's on the table, meaning whatever oblast Russia possesses. As y'all know, Russia has took all of them hunts. And so, damn, I'm sorry, y'all. Ah, went down the wrong pipe. They have taken the what is this? Star Cafe closed down. Goddamn. Okay. Russia has taken Luhansk, the whole of Luhansk. and Donetsk is next up. These are really the two or three. Well, I won't even include Crimea because Crimea was already taken under Obama. But these are, I wouldn't even say taken. They separated. Let's give the correct context. They were separated. So Zelensky, if you guys don't know, the presidential term is 4 years. Well, his term is up. And so Russia won't sign anything with Zelensky. Trump sees this. Trump sees that, you know what, Russia's not going to recognize Zelensky as being a legitimate president, so we're going to have to remove him. There's going to have to be an exit strategy. Either Zelensky can do it willfully, or Trump can use force. I don't think Zelensky wants to. God damn. Oh, God. See, this is what happens when you don't drink all day, then you suddenly drink something. Oh, guys, I'm sorry, y'all. I broke the #1 rule when being dehydrated. The #1 rule when being dehydrated is you don't rush to drink. It's your natural reaction to rush to drink something, but they say, no, no, no. You always take little sips, take your time, allow your throat and everything to be lubricated, because if you drink it too fast, it's going to go down the wrong pipe. You just chugging. But that's our natural reaction as human beings when we're dehydrated, especially in this heat like this. We tend to chug and sit fast, and that's why I'm choking now. I do apologize. I'm so sorry, but yeah, I damn tasted. I'm just like, oh man, I'm dehydrated. I haven't drank nothing all day. It's hot, so I'm supposed to just slowly slip it, even when you're thirsty. That's the proper way to do it. You don't chug it, especially when you're dehydrated. Especially when you're dehydrated, when your throat is dry, you don't want to chug it because it'll go down the wrong passage. So I hope I solved the problem there. Zelensky, oh geez, come on, don't crash into him. Zelensky is going to be given an ultimatum real soon. Like I said, according to Seymour Hersh, that because Trump is recognizing that Putin will not budge. This 50-day. Oh, we need a 50 days. We need to know something in 50 days as far as ceasefire. Trump called himself trying to pressure both sides, pressure Putin and pressure Zelensky. Good luck in pressuring Putin. You can pressure Zelensky, but you can't pressure Putin because Putin has the upper hand, as we all know. Zelensky has, I say Zelensky, Vladimir Putin has the upper hand. And because he has the upper hand, he doesn't need to budge. Just like China ain't gonna budge on the damn sanctions threat, just like Russia's not gonna budge, just like China, did I say China already? China, Brazil, um, India, who else deals with Russia? All these countries, all these BRIC nations are not going to budge to Trump's sanction threat, or Lindsey Graham's sanction threat. It's not going to happen. So what I think the 50 days is him kicking the can down the road, and his backup plan is to give Zelensky eviction notice papers to have him basically relinquish power because again Russia is not going to sign nothing without somebody. Now they saying Zelensky can be there to negotiate, but as far as the signature, they're like nah, because the next president could come along and say, well, I don't recognize it, that was that other regime. So um Zelensky has extended martial law, which Zelensky's making it worse on himself. And if y'all know the parliament, there was a real chaotic. I wish I could show y'all the trip. Y'all can pull it up. The Ukrainian parliament went hysterical. They were cussing at each other, almost with the blows, but they were pretty mad. You could hear cussing. You know, I don't understand Ukrainian language, but I do understand the energy of when somebody's upset. They were getting all red and all that, and so yeah, they were cussing at each other. And so Zelensky has two factions inside of Ukraine that is plotting against him. You have the pro-Russian faction, and you have the far-right Nazi faction coming together. These are the two factions that started the whole civil war. And the only thing they have in common is they both want Zelensky out. Both factions are saying enough is enough, man. Too many people have died. We are realizing that we are Europeans puppets, America puppets. We don't know, you know, this war is not making sense now. And too many of us are dying. And Russia is going to keep that territory. Yeah, um, the Ukrainians are fighters, but they're not stupid. They're fighters, they're brave and everything, but they're not stupid. They know when they've lost. So the Ukrainians are now recognizing, look, we've lost. But you got their European counterparts saying, no, no, press on, fight on. Like, no, 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 no. We're the ones got to fight this war. The Ukrainians are the ones who have to fight it. So no, they've had enough. And if that means giving Zelensky the boot, which I think Trump is aware of, he, you know, I haven't clicked on here, Relax and Talk Sport and everybody else, Chubbs, because I was wondering, was Trump, was he feeling the temperature of the room? When I say temperature of the room, meaning of the war. Like, did he not know who's winning the war? Does he not know that Russia has the upper hand? Does he not know that every other nation that he's threatening is in a better position than Europe and America economically? This is not 1992 where America had an economical advantage over all these other countries, man. Biden destroyed that. I say Biden because BRICS was formed under Biden because these countries said enough is enough, man. Y'all keep putting sanctions on us, embargo, sanctions, embargo. You know what? Peace deuces, we're going to deal. I will deal directly with China. I will deal directly with Brazil. I will deal directly with South Africa. I will deal directly with China, Russia, whoever. Iran, I will deal directly with them without any American involvement because you Americans are tripping. Every time we blink or sneeze the wrong way, y'all want to slap sanctions on us. No, thank you. We're good. No, thank you. We're good. And so, oh, and so this is the dilemma that has caused President Trump to say, you know what? This trying to pressure Putin and to a ceasefire, it's not working. It's not working. Let me have a plan B, because America, we got to get off. We got to get off at the off ramp at some point in time. We got to get off. Yeah, I tried to. This being Trump, yeah, I tried to. Oh, I'm gonna sell weapons. I'm gonna sell weapons to NATO. Trump, Donald Trump, please, Cadwell, please. Okay, let's see. Also, check out my channel after this live stream ends. Okay, stop drinking and talking. Oh, my bad, Mac. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna stop drinking and driving. Okay, I'm so sorry, brother. I'm so sorry, Mac. Let me put this down and let me damn talk to y'all so y'all can. Let me put it over here. I don't know where. I'll just hold on to it. Yeah, I won't sip anymore. Sorry about that, Mac. So yeah, Trump has realized, and I think he's realizing, man. Look, man, Putin is not going for my bluff. You guys have to understand something. That Putin, um, the documentary I seen on Putin, if you follow any documentary on Putin or any movie made on Putin, they portrayed Putin as being beat up as a little kid. So Putin was bullied as a little kid. He was bullied. Great show, by the way. Oh, thanks, Mac. Appreciate you, Mac. Ain't seen you in a while, Mac, man. Putin, any documentary that y'all watch, I don't care, read the books, whatever on Putin, it portrays, if they go into Putin's childhood, it'll say that Putin was bullied as a little boy. He was bullied. And so growing up, he resented being bullied, and that kind of, I guess, in a short sense, inspired him to join the KGB, to join, different parts of government, and to form the man we know today as Vladimir Putin. So the point I'm making is that Vladimir Putin doesn't take lightly to being bullied. Trump appears to be coming off as a bully. He appears to be coming off as a bully. And that's why Russia is not batting an eye at it. They're not batting an eye. Not only is Russia and everybody, the whole Kremlin, don't like to be bullied, but China doesn't like to be bullied. China, they be bullying each other. Russia be bullying each other. So they'll be damned if Donald Trump comes along and tries to bully, tries to be the mean, big blonde orange man bully. Yes, I call him blonde orange man bully because that's what he's doing with these countries. And I've come on here and I've said, man, Donald Trump, do not play games with Vladimir Putin. Don't try to bully Vladimir Putin. Just be straight up with Vladimir Putin. And along with that, be straight up with China too. These are two countries that they're on a whole different. They're not with the hee hee ha ha. That's number one. That's one thing I know about the Chinese and the Russians. They don't do the hee hee ha ha. America, we tend to do a lot of hee hee ha ha. I'm gonna just keep it real. Well, I mean, these countries bullied us when Biden was in office. Well, that's only because Biden allowed them. And not only, well, see, Biden's a situation. He was paid to be bullied, Fox. These countries, well, I can't say Russia, but China, Biden was in China's pocket, so he put himself in a position to be bullied. So that falls on Biden. Biden sold us out. And so, yeah, Trump is coming along to fix it, but at the same time, you cannot tell Russia what to do in their land. Fox, understand this. And I'm going to speak on this because at the same time, you can't be a dick. So, Fox, the only reason I'm going to say this, what they did to Biden as far as the economics, he was in their pocket, so Biden had to roll over and let them bully him in that sense. When I say Trump is bullying Russia, it's on a whole different level. You're talking about warfare. You're talking about their backyard. You're talking about, first of all, if you have, yeah, you do have siblings. You have a brother. Anybody with siblings will tell you this, Fox, and you know this to be true. Relax and Talk Sports, you know this to be true. Mac, I think you have you do have a brother. So let me say this again. I have a sister, right? I have a sister. I have other siblings. I have nephews. A fight between family members can be more violent than a fight against strangers. I got a little bro. So, okay. So, Fox, what I'm saying is that if there's a fight that breaks out between you and your brother, that could be as deadly as you fighting a stranger on the streets. A family feud can be very deadly. A family feud can be very brutal. Let me say that again. A fight between families can be brutal, between brothers, between sisters, mamas and daddies. Someone is going to get their ass. Shout out to Nature Mom. Nose broken. Right. So shout out to Nature Mom. Yeah, that's my sister. Shout out to her. I'm gonna tell you, fights between family members can be brutal, 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 brutal. And at the end of the day, I could be at my family members' throats, but if a person comes along, and this is why when law enforcement comes, when it comes to a domestic abuse, they have to be very careful because both of those people that are fighting at each other's throat, trying to kill each other, can both turn on you. The point that I'm making here, Fox and everybody, is that the outside world, and Kwame Ibrahim Traore, he said it the best. I didn't hear nobody else put it this way. The fight between Russia and Ukraine is a family fight. That is a family fight, and that's why that fight. And the one thing that the Russians have said, and the Ukrainians have gave the respect to Russians, and vice versa. They said they are the best fighters, and Russia said that we are number one, and Ukraine is number two. That nobody in the world, Europe, Russia, nobody is better than the Russian army right now. And the second best army is Ukraine because of their experience with the drone warfare and all that, and the new technology and all that. America's not at war. Europe is not at war. Russia's at war. Ukraine's at war. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen at the end of that. When Russia wins this war, they're going to absorb, they're already absorbing the Ukrainian army. There's already people defecting going into from Ukraine going into the Russian army. That's already happening. Ukraine has become so corrupt that there are factions that were fighting in 2014 that were coming together. There was a pro faction again. I'm gonna say this again. I know I'm repeating myself, but I gotta stress this. There was a pro-Russian faction in Ukraine, and there was a pro-far-right Nazi regime in Ukraine. Both of those regimes are coming together. They have a common interest to get Zelensky out. They both want Zelensky out. So this is a dilemma. And so I think Trump recognizes this and said, you know what, we can't have we didn't give Ukraine all these weapons, and we can't have a second civil war breaking out. The first civil war in Ukraine broke out in 2016, I'm sorry. Get my dates all mixed up. 2016. At the end of actually it was the start of the Obama administration is when the civil war in Ukraine broke out. And these factions now are coming together, wanting to kick Zelensky out. So the war of attrition is pretty much over because now the Ukrainian government is starting to unravel at the seams now. And so because of this, once Russia gets whiff of this, they will start supplying obviously the pro-Russia regime, and hell, they might start I don't think they would supply and support the far-right regime because, the Russians, as we know, hate Nazis. So they will never indirectly support Zelensky's regime, but they don't recognize Zelensky. They don't recognize him, and they want him out. And so Trump is recognizing we got to get Zelensky up out of there because this is not falling in line. Zelensky's messing up the plot. He's messing up when you fucking go. Zelensky is a bad look right now. He's a really bad look on the regime, and because of Trump is trying to paint this picture like, we're helping Russia and we're helping Ukraine, sort this out. When we all know Donald Trump, And it's not your fault, Donald Trump. I mean, you keep saying this is Biden's war, Biden's war. Whoever's war you keep saying this is, Donald Trump, because they're saying that you started the war. You know, remember, yeah, I got javelins. Remember that, Donald Trump? What I'm saying, Donald Trump, is in order for you to fix this, you have to, because the Ukrainians are looking at you right now saying, even Zelensky saying, you started this war, Donald Trump. America started this war. Because Zelensky was about to make a peace deal. Remember that? And Boris Yeltsin from England came over and messed that up. Do you remember that? Do y'all remember that, right? Yeah. Boris Johnson messed that up. He said, no, 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 no. Keep fighting on. Just like how Europe is doing now. Europe is saying, keep fighting on, Zelensky. Ukrainians keep fighting on. But like I said in another video, it's going to take the Ukrainians to end this. And not only the Ukrainian people, but the Ukrainian army. And what they're not telling y'all is a lot of the Ukrainians defected over to Russia. And a lot of Ukrainians that are being conscripted off the streets are giving up. They're like, no, we're not going to wipe us out, man. The Ukrainians are not stupid. They're brave, but they're not stupid. You're brave to fight in the war, but you're stupid to think you're going to win Russia. Like, if you look at Zelensky's end game, and that's why when what's his name? I'm sorry, I said what's his name? MD. When MD's like, I'll debate it. He just want to debate for the sake of debating. He just wants to puff his chest out and debate. But he know Zelensky has no end game because Zelensky's not the one calling the shots. It's Europe as a whole. And behind the scenes, you got damn America part of that too, Lindsey Graham. So the American Senate, who Lindsey Graham said, I have 90 some senators ready to sign bone crushing sanctions on Russia. So whoever y'all want to plank the blame at, Zelensky is just taking orders. And this is why I can only get so mad at Zelensky. But again, to paint it even further, Trump administration wants to boot Zelensky to give the appearance. But that doesn't change anything with Russia. I can only guess and speculate that will stop Russia from taking Kiev, but I'm only thinking that the Kremlin and the people of Russia want Vladimir Putin to take Kiev. This is the only thing I can think of, because people, I've noticed it even in the West, who criticize Vladimir Putin is because they feel like Putin's not moving fast enough. Even Putin's enemies, even the ones who are anti-Putin, are like mad because he's not rushing into Kiev. He's rushing, but he's not rushing into Kiev. And even myself, I've even said this myself. I said, you know what? Dataverse final weeks. Oh shit! I done missed the damn exhibit. Damn, final week. Shit. Okay, last Tuesday. I'm sorry, y'all. I missed an exhibit at High Museum. This Japanese lady, little side note, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to get distracted, but there's a Japanese artist, and she's schizophrenic, and she has some nice artwork, and she comes I want to say every 2 or 3 years to Atlanta, and her artwork is out of this world. And yeah, she has schizophrenia. She's an artist who has schizophrenia. Her work is fire. But let me get back to MD. MD want to just debate for the sake of debating. And there's nothing wrong with debating MD. But the point that I'm making is that Zelensky has no end game. His end game, which I said, which is more rational and reasonable, and I'll have to get MD on this show during the daytime because I don't do shows at night anymore. Too busy at night, man. So I have to catch me on a truck show. Shout out to MD. Zelensky doesn't even know the end game. And Europe keeps moving the goalposts. They keep moving the goalposts. It's because they're in panic. They're like, man, they're realizing we can't win this thing against Russia. We cannot get back to territories. One of the main territories that Russia took was Bakhmut. very resource-rich city, very strategic. Railways, the railroads and all that. It's just, yeah, very valuable part of Ukraine was Bakhmut. And as y'all know, Wagner, along with the help of the Red Army, took Bakhmut. Took Bakhmut so fast that goddamn Wagner himself, or Mr. Wagner himself, Penny Prigozhin he wanted to take, this is why him and Putin got into it. He wanted to take Kiev. And Penny Prigozhin, the way he feels is a lot of, not only how Russians feel, but a lot of people, how they feel right now is like Russia should take Kiev and be done with it. He should take Kiev and be done with it. So Russia is moving faster now. He's going towards heading out west. Trump is trying to gather up some Patriot missiles, which is not going to do. Would have buy them about an hour into the battlefield. Buy them about an hour. It'll sustain the inevitable for about an hour, if 20 minutes. Then Patriot missiles will only further enrage the Russian army to move even faster. So let me give a shout out to everybody, man. I just wanted to come in and so real quick, before I go, let me speak on the Epstein thing. Y'all do know the files that the Trump administration, Pam Bondi, Bongino, and Kash Patel, what they've gathered is not the real information. The real information, either George Soros has it or it's somewhere in Switzerland, but they don't have the real files and real tapes. So Trump is frustrated with that because they don't have the real names. What I believe is that Kash Patel and Bongino found out that those were fakes, and so it's a mess. They will release something, but it's not going to be genuine. That's going to further sink that whole Epstein situation. That's why I don't even bother with it. I look at it as a distraction. But it is what it is. People are upset about it and have a right to be upset about it. I knew that once they raided Jeffrey Epstein's thing, those people under Biden, they hid all that information. I already knew that. So that's why I didn't really stress on it. That's why I don't really talk about it, you guys. I don't really talk about it because I know the deal. That's just like y'all know the deal. Y'all know that damn Trump doesn't got to have a hold of the real information. Y'all know that. The real information was seized under Biden. So we don't know where that damn stuff is at. It could be in Switzerland somewhere. So that's that, y'all. I'm going to sign out. Let me give a shout out to Fox, shout out to Chubbs, shout out to Pico, shout out to Relax and Talk Sports. Who's else in the chat, man? Shout out to Pico's in the house, Foxtails. Shout out to Chadwell. Hey, how you doing, brother? How you doing, Chadwell? Shout out to Mac. Shout out to everybody, man. With that being said, man, I'm out, y'all. Peace.